Santiago of the Burnaby City Council, Ms. Jeannie Sims, MLA and MP, Bruce Ralston, retired MLA and Minister, and last but not least, Mr. Sukh Dhaliwal, Member of Parliament.
My mom is not going to believe this is happening. So, for all of you that are there right now, stand up if you can. Smile. Stand up. Smile. Wave. Okay. This one's for my mom. Thank you. I am so glad to see all of you here during this exciting time. Especially you people in the back where I've been for the last little bit. Thanks for not ignoring all the speeches that are up here and listening to everybody and all the things that they have to say. When I left the fire service as the city's chief fire prevention officer, I entered the world of local politics and I was elected as a city councillor. And then a few years later, I entered the world of provincial politics and was elected as the MLA here in Cloverdale. So I've had the privilege of fighting for you as a local politician, as a provincial politician, and throughout it all, I never forgot about the uniform that I wore and the people that I serve, and those people are all of you. And here we are tonight, ready to begin a new journey, and this new journey begins together. I stand here this evening firmly planted on 2 feet with this incredible group of candidates behind me and several of the firefighters that have our backs. And I'm happy to say that I am your mayoral candidate with Team Imagine Surrey. You've heard tonight about our big plans, our big ideas, and I've got a few that I'm going to highlight of my own. But I need to ask a question. What's going on at City Hall? I look at the same old players and the same old fights that we got stuck in and where we're stuck right now. And we'll talk about those. Mayor McCallum ran the city into the ground. Doug froze hiring. He cut back on services at a time when our population grew by over 50,000 residents. He sold off lands to developers at reduced rates. He created additional fees for city services just to balance the budget. He did it before. He'll do it again. Is this the status quo everybody in this room wants? Okay. Is this the status quo everyone wants? No! Great. Now let's talk about the current mayor. Brenda Locke was on Doug's team when they voted to kill capital projects, including the Cloverdale Ice Arena. Her cuts cost our communities. Let's not forget that she voted with Doug to end the RCMP contract. And that is before she made a name for herself fighting the transition tooth and nail. And how could we forget about the millions of dollars Brenda spent fighting the very transition that she helped launch? The hurdles she put up to slow it down? Did Brenda's posturing make us safer? But it cost you. She jacked up your property taxes just to pay the bill for her fight. And who did she blame? The very frontline officers who keep us safe. She punished the SBS in February with a budget cut, continuing to underfund our police when we need it the most. Let's think about that for a minute. As the extortion crisis is exploding under her watch, Brenda cut the police budget. Her vendetta is putting your families at risk. Surrey families feel trapped in the city under this extortion crisis. And where is the mayor when this is going on? I'll tell you. As mayor, I'll do what Brenda won't. I'll provide you with regular, timely, specific updates until we fully crush this extortion. Brenda Locke has cost all of us more while making us less safe. I'm going to ask this one time. Are we better off now than we were 4 years ago with Brenda in the center seat at City Hall? Change can't come fast enough. But what kind of change? There's a current councillor that wants to be your mayor, and she says that she's going to change things. Linda Annis is what you get when you merge Doug with Brenda, the worst of both worlds. Linda wants to rip up our roads and install slow-moving, high-cost light rail systems. The same, remember this, the same LRT she voted against 8 short years ago. Light Rail Linda knew it was wrong then, but she can't stand up to the special interests that keep pushing it forward. Her LRT will clog up the city, grind your commute to a halt, and put us all of us, in the deepest debt that you can possibly imagine. And Linda likes to talk tough on public safety, but where is she when it comes to extortion? Remember that she wanted the police to move DUI roadblocks out of her community and into yours. Instead of fighting for your priorities, Linda used her power to inappropriately pressure our police chief and advantage herself and her friends. Does that sound like somebody that's working for you? If this is how decisions get made now, imagine what would happen if she had more power. We need a mayor that respects the independence of our police. But the biggest problem with Linda Annis is the small print on her platform, which is core review. Let's call it what it is. Cuts to services, firing frontline workers, and raising user fees. In Linda's Surrey, if you're rich, you can take care of yourself, and the rest of us are on our own. Public safety, cut. Potholes, fixed it, cut. Parks, cut. Bylaws officers, cut. Firefighters, cut. A city is growing like Surrey needs smart, visionary investments, not cuts. So everybody here, let's send Linda Annis a clear message. We don't want your cuts. We don't want your conflicts. We don't want your congested roads. And Surrey wants a real change that works for all of you. I gotta say, this is a little unnerving right now with all of these signs that are here. I feel like it's almost like a picket line and I'm not supposed to go past all of this. My friends, only Imagine Surrey can get us unstuck from the same old parties giving us the same old talks. Only Imagine Surrey can bring you the real change that everyone here deserves. We're focused on your present and your future, and there's only 2 futures in this city. One where the same old players keep fighting the same old fights and nothing gets done. Or one with a bright future, where a team of frontline workers gets us unstuck so we can build the city we all deserve. Tonight, we're asking Surrey to choose the bright future, the one with a star on top. Our team, this incredible team of Imagine Surrey candidates, aren't politicians. They're frontline workers, professionals, public servants who quietly fight for our city every day. But we're no longer going to be quiet. Over the course of this campaign, we're going to be loud with ideas, igniting a future that'll make you proud. And we have 5 commitments to Surrey that we're going to keep. Safe streets, fast commutes, smart investments, lower costs, stronger services, and that's what it means to you. We're going to treat the extortion crime as the crisis that it is. Imagine Surrey will become a partner the extortion task force needs. We will build a communications network that allows this community to see and hear what's happening. And I plan on holding regular briefings in the same way that Bonnie Henry held those briefings during COVID, because when people hear very little, they assume nothing is happening. I'll ensure that the subject matter experts in policing, criminal investigations, have their requests processed in a timely manner. I'll listen to our police board and provide them with the resources that they need today, tomorrow, and next year. Crime cameras, helicopters, special intelligence officers. I'll fund and support it all if the police need it. I will work with and not against our partners in Victoria and Ottawa to bring resources, capacity, and specialization to address this crisis head-on from day one. My friends, let me be clear. Imagine Surrey is the team that will crush extortion. Under my leadership, it is the extortionists that will live in fear, not you. We're going to be there to assist the police board to complete their transition as soon as we can. These delays were created by the current mayor and have only added to the police budget. And when I speak about public safety, I want to make sure that I point out the union leaders who represent those frontline workers, our bylaws officers, our police officers, and our firefighters. So I want to shout out to Monica, the president of CUPE that's here, Severio, that's the president of Surrey Firefighters Association, and Ryan, the president of the Surrey Police Service. And finally, I can't address public safety without addressing my friends that are on stage behind me, who I've had the pleasure of working with as a firefighter. Running into buildings that are on fire is one of the hardest things that we can ask people to do. But we don't just ask them to do that. Every day, firefighters show up as the first on scene to deal with medical emergencies. They're the ones that help plan emergency preparedness and lead us in a disaster response. And no matter how you slice it, each part of this job is about one thing: keeping you and your family safe. Folks, I've done this job. Sure, go ahead. I've done this job, and I can tell you about the bravery that firefighters show each and every day. And don't you believe that they need more support? I thought the answer was yes. Vancouver has the same population, almost the same population as Surrey. They're only 1/3 of the landmass of Surrey, but guess what? Surrey has 45% fewer firefighters than the city of Vancouver. And as this city grows in population, density, and building height, the risk facing a Surrey firefighter increase with fewer staff. So we need to address this disparity before something goes terribly wrong. Ensuring all of our apparatus are staffed with at least 4 firefighters is the base starting point. And my background allows me to understand the significance of that gap, which is why only a majority, Imagine Surrey Council, can make the generational investment that is well overdue with our fire services. Everybody knows how long it takes to get around. We've talked to some people that just showed up in the room and they finally got here, but we're going to expand our roadways, our greenways, and looking for mass transit, and not the slow-moving steel wheels that light rail Linda wants, but where the rubber hits the road and where it needs to get you and how you can get there quickly. And today I'm announcing that as mayor, I'll fight to turn the R6 rapid bus into a full bus rapid transit route covering Newton to Scott Road Station. In addition, I'll fight for new BRT route from Surrey Central to Semiahmoo via Guildford down 152. And by the end of our first term, in 4 short years, Surrey will have 3 functioning BRT routes that can be the foundation of any future SkyTrain expansion. I'll get more buses on the road tomorrow and immediately start working with government to bring more mass transit options to Surrey. And Adrian, I believe that you're in the back, and I am committed to be working with Unifor and your membership in making sure that those buses come to this city real soon. We need to consult meaningfully with all of the user groups that are out there with the roads, the sidewalks, the mixed pathways, and we're going to consult with them rather than give them the lip service that they've been getting for years inside of the city. Less time in traffic, arriving safely at home, means more time with your family, more time with your friends, and especially our children. When we talk about smart investments, our platform reflects a party and a city driven by frontline workers who are looking out for all of our residents. We will work with user groups to build an international cricket stadium that will also hold rugby, 2 of the fastest growing sports in our region. We're going to work with these groups to get that stadium built with the specifications that they tell me that they need to bring the world to Surrey. We need to bring back recreational facilities to the downtown core, and we need to examine all of our town centers to ensure facilities are similar in quality, resources, and appeal. Residents shouldn't have to drive dozens of kilometers to find a pool or an indoor court. Branding and rewiring Surrey, and you've heard it here tonight, and I'm going to say it again, branding and rewiring this city as the city of champions will attract major organizations who view our place as a place to invest in as opposed to a place to avoid. And today I announce, as your mayor, that Surrey will bid to host the World Police and Fire Games in 2032. But that's not all. We'll put this experience by forming a bid committee to host the Commonwealth Games right here in Surrey for 2036. And we've talked to a few people here tonight about housing and affordability, and it's top of mind for everybody in Surrey, and we need to look at new ways to manage a system for home builders and residents alike. And we plan to create a concierge system similar to other cities where builders are assigned a single staff member that will assist them through the permit and licensing process. And when we create this process, here's the kicker to anybody that's in the room right now as a house builder, a home builder, we will place timelines and deadlines issuing building permits. And builders, home builders, will have their fees reduced if those permits are not delivered with published timeframes. And Surrey families are feeling the pinch. Our fees at City Hall are too high. Why does it cost twice as much in Surrey to access our rec centers as it does in Vancouver? It doesn't make sense, and we're going to end that. We know that wait times to access programs are already too long for gyms, goals, and programs, and this is why we're going to invest in frontline workers, new community centers to accommodate all of our growth and ensure that those families have a reasonable and affordable access to recreation right across the city. And how are we going to start this? We're going to start it by children 5 and under getting their first swim lesson for free. And now the other side of the schedule, our seniors. And seniors in particular are feeling the pinch with higher costs and fewer services and not enough choices for socializing and staying active. We will establish a standing seniors table where seniors from across the city can provide user group feedback to make senior living in Surrey a better experience. And it all starts with giving seniors a break by cutting their fees, putting that money back in their pocket. And I pledge to reduce the recreational fees for seniors by 50% in every community and recreation facility in the city and eliminate those crazy super senior rates completely. And to be able to address this capacity, we're going to hire frontline workers and open 3 community centers so that you and your families aren't stuck waiting to access the gym, pool, or a program. And to achieve this, we need to be bold and we have to be fiscally responsible. We need to be accountable to the money, and we're going to spend the money like it was our very own. We're going to examine how the city involves private contractors and work in the city that we may be able to move in-house. And having our own staff, think about this, having your own staff to work could be cheaper if you bring it indoors. And more importantly, I'm pretty sure, and Monica's in the room as well, that we're going to gain employees who will always take pride in the work that they do for you, the citizens of Surrey. Our plan respects workers and taxpayers alike. Imagine that. Friends, a firefighter's core values include honesty, integrity, pride, hard work, strong ethical beliefs, and respect for all. Those values are embedded in my everyday life and are integral to how I work, how I lead, and how I make decisions I know will impact others. I know my experience makes me the most qualified to lead and manage this city. My time as a firefighter, my time as a councillor chairing many committees, my time as an MLA, 4 years assisting small businesses and citizens in Cloverdale, and while chairing the Select Standing Committee on Finance and Government Services. I only have 16 more pages. No, I'm just kidding. All of this has prepared me very well to step in the role as mayor. And more importantly, I know what the job is all about and responding to you and getting things done for you. Imagine a mayor who already has a working relationship with all BIAs. Imagine a mayor who already has a working relationship with the provincial government. Imagine a mayor who already has a working relationship with the federal government. Imagine a mayor who strives to be professional and not petty. Imagine no more. I am ready. Your team is ready. Together we're going to fight for the city that we love and fight for the city that we're going to build, and we're going to build it with you. With safe streets and low costs. With strong services and smart investments. With fast commutes in a city of champions. Surrey, it's time for a change that works for you. Surrey, it's time for Imagine Surrey. Thank you very much for being here. I look forward to seeing you. I look forward to seeing all of you. Thank you. Thank you very much.